I have an organic home garden seed kit. It's the Culinary Herbs. I'm so excited. This is from spade to fork. It arrived pretty quickly. And there's other kits I want to purchase from them on their website. They're very family oriented, a family business, I mean. And I love having the communication back and forth and ordering this, so I am excited to give this a look at. Okay, so obviously I can't open and talk at the same time. Okay, so I was able to get that open. Wow, it comes with some cards for what we're growing, like grow cards. And a book. I love that. 1 second. Okay, sorry, I'm back. It was more stuff delivering to my door for Christmas for my kids. Look at these labels. They're so cute. That's what they look like on the back. You can add the date that you planted. There we go. So I get to plant cilantro, sage, basil, thyme, and parsley. I already have thyme in my garden, so I'm excited to expand on that because it's grown with my rosemary and I want to plant thyme on the other side. And I'm excited to do these, especially sage. Okay, so I want to start using more sage. And it has these little tubes that the seeds are in. Oops, there we go. Sorry. So this is the thyme. There we go. These are adorable. This packaging is, oops, I took the lid off. It's very adorable. And since the lid is off, you can see the seeds in here for the basil. And it looks like it's eco-friendly. I'm very big into that. That's important. I talk about it on my blog and on other channels. I mean, my other videos. So these are the seeds. I'm very excited about these. I don't think I could throw any of these little things away. They're so cute. And transplanting pots. So each one gets one. And soil discs. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, soil discs. So I'm gonna get started on planting these, and I'm gonna throw them all in, not throw them, but put them in my little mini greenhouses that I set up that you can watch, that I did a video on that. That's where I'm going to be growing them. So let me see what I need. Like, it's probably going to get messy. I'm going to go grab a bowl. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a big pot, probably bigger than what I need, of 5 cups of hot water. It's probably warm, lukewarm actually by now. I had to answer my door for more deliveries. These are the soil discs. So it says in the booklet, 1 cup of water for each soil disc. So they got 5 of these because I'm planting 5 different herbs, and it called for 5 cups of water. And so I'm gonna let those soak up. I'm gonna go get a spoon. Alright, so my garden shovel, hand shovel, is obviously too big for this project. So I'm going to use a utensil. We all played in the dirt with utensils at one point, didn't we? I know I did. Okay, they're starting to break apart. I've done soil blocks many times. I'm going to read the directions again. Make sure I'm not missing anything. And I'm reading from the book that it came with. I lost my spot. Oh yeah, here we are. Heat 1 cup of water to warm or hot bath water temperature, which I did. And then pour half of the water into the bowl and allow the soil to soak it up. Well, I didn't do that. I better put it all in. And then pour the rest. I guess it's still gonna be fine. I didn't follow directions. I'm sure there's probably a reason for exact instructions. Just like my cooking, I don't follow. I just don't read all the instructions before I get started on anything. I'm impatient. So you're supposed to be stirring, and it says stir with a fork. I didn't read ahead. I grabbed the fork. I grabbed a spoon or a fork. It's still dissolving, so the water's still pretty warm. It does say be patient. That's something I lack. It says be patient on step number 4, which is the step that I'm at. So it says soil dish takes 2 to 3 minutes to expand. So I gotta be patient. I'm gonna go ahead and read ahead. Carefully overly soggy soil can cause mold and root rot. So step 5, after they're absorbed with the water, I will fluff it. I'll fluff it up. It should be loose, light, and slightly damp and should not feel soggy. And then I'll be able to scoop all of those into the biodegradable planting transplant pots that they came in. Okay, they're starting to break up. I'm not gonna bother grabbing a fork. There we go. I grabbed a fork and it's working nicely. Breaking apart. I hope I didn't add too much water. I did the exact amount it said, but it looks soupy because it's not all dissolved yet. So I have to, again, be patient. Okay, I'm back after 5 minutes. I took care of that delivery at the door. And now I am fluffing these up. They don't look soupy anymore. It doesn't look soupy in here anymore. So I'm going to get this all fluffed up, get them planted. Alright, okay, so I have a very tiny workspace. I guess my fork or my spoon will come in handy for scooping. I'm going to make room. I brought over these pots that it came with. Actually, I'll just do it this way so you can see better. I put it in a baking dish. I'll wash later, just so I won't get my table that dirty. I'm sure it will. So I'm going to fill these up, not all the way. Make sure everybody has enough. Perfect. I have plenty of soil for every pot. I'm going to leave a little bit in there so I could cover the seeds. Don't need that much in there for that. Add a little more in this one. Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit in there so I can cover the seeds. I'm going to level out the soil. Now when I put each one in, I have to remember to label or I'll forget. Although I do know how to recognize herbs when they do pop through after they get their true leaves, but I want to do it right. We'll start with parsley. Again, there's like plenty of seeds in each tube. I'm definitely not going to use all of them, so it's great because I get to put these in storage, whatever, keep for later to make another planting session. Okay, that's enough. So that was parsley. I gotta remember to put that label in. So fun. I'll put it in the middle. Probably should be in this side. That's alright. And then I'm gonna start with cilantro. I love cilantro. And cilantro seeds are bigger. So I'll do this one back here. Oops. Just a few, not a lot. And probably overcrowding it. I tend to do that. Alright, so that was cilantro. Let me find the label. Wait. I need to add the soil on top. Oh, I'm just going to use my hand. It's easier. I could break it apart. There we go. It doesn't take much to cover them, so I really have too much soil over here. Let me add some in here. Yay, this is where the mess begins. Yeah, that will work. Get that in there. I can't add any more to my cilantro pot because the seeds will be buried way too deep. So we're just gonna have to leave it at that. Now my hand is dirty. I'll be right back. Okay, so I want to dry hands when I'm handling seeds because sometimes when I pour them in my hand, I don't want to use all of that and I'll pour them back in. I don't want to pour back in wet seeds that will mold. So now I'm going to do sage, if that makes any sense what I was trying to say. So the lids just pop right off. And the sage seeds. So my hand's dry now. I'll do this one. I cannot wait until I get sage growing. Okay, I'm gonna grab, you know what? I'm gonna get my hand dirty over and over and over. You know what? Wait. I'm just gonna put that in and I have to remember to cover them. Alright, okay, did I do basil yet? No. So now I'm gonna do basil. And there we go. Basil seeds are tiny. I'm gonna go ahead, flatten that down. It was too bumpy. Herbs are so easy to grow. And many come back if you do it right. What was that, basil? And now what do I have left? I wasn't thyme. That's my checker. Thyme. Okay, so now we're gonna do this one. Oops. Okay. Oh, I didn't squish that down. Flatten it. They're sticking to my hand. I don't know if I got them in there. Okay. So that was thyme. Now, get my hands dirty again. I already covered, I think, the first 2 pots. I may have to rewatch my video. Wasn't paying attention. My cat. He's still crying. He was crying in my last video I did. I'm so sorry if you hear him in every single one of my videos that I make. He's off in the distance. I don't know if you're going to hear him. But he's downstairs and he wants in one of my son's teenage rooms. And he's crying until one of them let them in. And they really can't hear him because they got headphones on probably. Most likely. Also, sometimes they don't want him in there because he gets into stuff. Climbs all over their desk. So, he doesn't understand personal space. I have a lot of soil left over. Probably should stop filling these. I could use it for another pot. I could have used all the soil to the tippy top if I did it right. I didn't do it right. Now this one isn't going to fill it all the way, but I don't want to bury my seeds too deep any more than what I did. This soil will not go to waste. It's going to go in here, and I'll add more to this. I'm gonna plant something in here anyway, so I'll just add to it in when it's time. So that soil will be in there until I plant with it. Aren't they beautiful? Let's go see them set up in my greenhouse. Okay, I'm going to put these in my mini greenhouse. So it's right in my kitchen. They're going to receive some subtle light until I get some grow lights in here. I might have to put a tray. I think that'll be okay. I'm definitely going to need to get a seed tray. I think they'll be fine right now. I don't want to leave them in this one because I use this like on a daily basis. Okay, they're in here, gonna be nice and snug for the night. It's actually not gonna be night for a while. So guys, do you like it? I'm talking to the plants. So I do have cats, and obviously you heard, if you heard me talking about them earlier, the one that's crying is 10 years old, and then the other one, he's 5. He gets in, they smell soil, they're gonna wanna touch it and stuff. So what I love about this is I'm gonna fill this with water. Well, what I love about this, I always get sidetracked. I can close this, and I'll show you. I'm gonna zip them up. I'm gonna fill this with warm water, And I will keep the soil moist and wet. So I'll just leave that there. I haven't filled it yet. I haven't used it yet. So let me untie this. And my greenhouse is going to be zipped up for the night. The other pot that I showed you that I filled soil with is in here. One of these. That'll get filled to the top with more soil so I can plant more seeds. Okay, I can't do this one-handed. Gonna have to. Okay. Here we go. There, I'll zoom out. That was too close. And they're gonna stay safe from the cats. They can't get underneath. They're too big for that. So they're gonna be sitting there, getting sunshine and mist of water and protection from my kitty cats. And I'll be planting more over here, but I have tons of more space to plant, so I'm so excited.